Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Busy Mom Creations. My name is Ishita and I get for you really quick, easy and pretty little crochet projects. Today it's all about upcycling. I'm sure we all have these jars lying around the house. You have empty jam jars, empty pickle jars or coffee jars lying around. So today we're going to get them out of the kitchen into our drawing rooms with this pretty little crochet cover. You just slip it on and voila, you have your centerpiece. So you can place scented candles in it for your drawing room, you can place tea lights in it and place them around the house. They look beautiful at night, or you can use a pen stand like I have over here, and they will make wonderful gifts too if you put cookies, or you can put chocolates or anything else that you want to place in them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that the next time I upload a video, you get to know. To make these jar covers or jar cozies, we need an empty jar for measurement, a thick thread, wool or any other thread that you want to use. For this I'm using a 3.5mm hook today, a pair of scissors and a needle to sew in the edges. So let's get started. So to start your project, you first need to make a slip knot, for which you take your thread, wrap it around 2 fingers so that it marks an X on one side and parallel lines on your nail side. Pull the thread that's in front over the one that's behind it and pull the second thread through like that and tighten it, and that's your slip knot. Now you take your hook, place it inside the knot and tighten it. Now to make the base of this, we need to make chain stitches, which will be the starting point of a lot of your other crochet projects, so it's an important stitch. For a chain stitch, you make sure that the hook is turned towards you. Put it under the thread. Now grab the thread with the hook and pull it through the slip knot that we had made, and that's your first chain stitch. Again, take the hook, pull it from under the thread, grab the thread and pull it through the loop to make our second chain. Under the thread, grab the thread, pull it through and through the loop. That's your third chain. Grab your thread, pull it through to make your fourth chain. Now for this project you'll have to work in multiples of 4. So whatever length you decide or whatever size you require it to be, you make sure it is in the multiples of 4. So for this jar that I'm using, I need 40 chain stitches to wrap it around. Now this was a thinner thread that I had used with a smaller hook, so it required more number of chain stitches or more number of stitches here. This is a slightly thicker hook and slightly bigger sized hook and a thicker thread, so I won't require as many. So for my project 40 is enough. In case your jar is bigger, you need more chains, you measure it and see how many chains you would require as you go. So I've done 4, I'll do my remaining 36 and I'll see you when I've completed my 40 chain stitches. So I've made my chain of 40, which goes around comfortably. Now remember, it's okay for it to be a little tight because it'll be nice and snug with your jar and it will not slip. It's thread, so it is stretchable, so it's okay if it's a little tight. Now we need to make it into circular shape, for which we need to join the two ends. To join the two ends, we need to make a slip stitch. Now to make a slip stitch, you take your hook, insert it in the first chain that you had made, insert it here inside. Now take your yarn, now grab the yarn with the hook and pull it through your first hook and then through the second one without increasing any stitches, so it makes your ring or the base, and that's now joined. Now to make our second row, what I like to do is actually make it a little thick so that it makes it a stable project. So we'll first do double crochets all the way around to make it a solid base. To make a double crochet, first we need to start with the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this is just to give it height, and it marks as our first double crochet that we will do around these chains. To make a double crochet, you need to take your hook, wrap it around the thread, and now insert your hook inside this chain like that. Grab your yarn and pull it from inside so that you have 3 loops on your hook. Now grab the yarn again and pull it through 2 loops. You get 2 loops remaining. Grab the yarn again and pull it through 2 loops, and that's your first double crochet. Let's do that again in the next stitch. Wrap it around, insert it into the chain, again grab your yarn, pull it through 3 loops, grab your yarn, pull it through 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull it again through 2 loops. So as you can see, it's giving it a little more height and structure. Let's make one more. Grab your yarn, insert your hook and pull it through. There are 3 loops. Grab your yarn again, pull it through 2 loops, grab your yarn again and pull it through 2 loops, and that's your other double crochet. Let's make a few more. Insert 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull it through 2 and grab your yarn, pull it through 2 again. Then yarn over, insert it into the chain, insert it into the chain, grab your yarn, pull it through 2, grab your yarn, pull it through 2, and that's your double crochet. Now you need to make these double crochets in each chain all throughout your circle, and that will be the basis of the project. And once you're done with that, I'll see you at the end of the round. Now I'm almost at the end of my double crochets. I need to make 3 more. As you can see, it's taken shape. Now remember, when you're joining the chain with a slip stitch, you need to make sure that it's absolutely straight, your chain. If it gets twisted, then when you're making your double crochets, the whole project will come out twisted like that. So just be a little mindful of that. Now to make my last 3 double crochets, also to insert into the chain, when you insert, what I like to do is make sure I only grab one thread of the chain, one side, and then work around it so it doesn't twist around as much for me. That's my second last chain, double crochet, and now my last double crochet. So now I've finished this round. It's become almost like a band to work around. Now to join this, I do a slip stitch on the third chain of the first chain that we had made. So that's 1, 2, 3. I insert my hook inside, pull the yarn through and pull the yarn again, and that joins my whole circle that I've made, and that's the basis of this project. Now we need to give it height with these spaces. Now we'll only mark around this in multiples of 2. So the count that you'll have to remember is only of 2, 2 and 2. I'll tell you what I mean. So we start with chaining 3, which counts as our first double crochet, which will give us height. Now in the next stitch we do another double crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook, pull the thread through, you get through 3 loops, pull the thread again through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2. So those are your 2 double crochets, including the one that we had. Now we need to separate to give these empty spaces. We need to chain 2. So that's 1, 1, 2, and now we leave the next, or we skip the next 2 double crochet spaces. So that's 1 and 2, and we do a double crochet in the third stitch. So that's skipping 1 and 2 and double crochet in the third stitch, and another double crochet to make this kind of pillar. And now we make another chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 and 2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2, again chain 2, skip 2 and 2 double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 and another 2 double crochet. Now you do this all the way around the chain. 2 double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 2 double crochet again in the next 2 stitches, chain 2, skip 2 and 2 double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, 2 double crochet, and that's what you'll do all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Now I've reached the end of the round. I need to make my last chain 2, and I'll slip stitch it to the top of the third chain of the first set that we had made. So again, yarn over, pull through and pull through, and that's joined our round. So that's our first round. Now we just need to keep adding the same number of rows as you require in the same pattern, but we need to start our third row in this chain space. So now to reach this chain space, first we need to do a slip stitch to reach it, so that you're not increasing the number of stitches, and one more slip stitch, and we're in that chain space. Now to give it this pattern, again we start with the chain 3, which marks as our first double crochet, and we make another double crochet to work in pairs. And now we chain 2 like we did in the previous round. Now we simply skip these 2 and make 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space. So that's again 1 and 2. Again chain 2, 1 and 2. Leave these 2 double crochet and make 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space again. That's 1 and 2. See, now it's building the pattern. Again you chain 2 and work into the into the chain 2 space. So that's 2 double crochet again, 1 and 2. So it's coming across. So it's coming across here. So now you complete this round, and I'll see you at the end of the round when you've done 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the space, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the space, and chain 2 all the way around. So now I'm at almost at the end of my round. I need to make my last pair of double crochet. That's 1 and 2, and I need to chain 1, 2 and join it to the top of the chain 3 that we had done initially in the beginning. 2 loops and take it out, 2 loops. So that completes our round. Now it's building up a pattern, it's building up height. For our 4th round, again we need to take the same pattern, for which we need to start in this chain 2 space. To start in the chain 2 space, you need to slip stitch your way through. So that's 1 slip stitch, 2nd slip stitch, so that you've reached this chain 2 space where we'll work our 2 double crochets again. To start our row, as usual, we first chain 3 to give it height and make another double crochet, so that it makes our first pair. Again divide that with a chain 2 and 2 more double crochets. So that's 1 and that's 2. Again you do this all the way around, where you make chain 2 and a pair of double crochet in this space. So that's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. So now you complete this whole row through to as many rows as you require for the height that you need, and make chain 2, 2 double crochet in the space, again chain 2, 2 double crochets. So all you have to do is that all the way around, and when you reach the end you join it with a slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3 that you had done and start in this space again with 3 chain and double crochet, and again do your 2 double crochet and chain 2 all the way around till the height that you require, and I'll see you when you reach this point. So now I've reached the end of my row and I've made the number of rows that I required, and I just need to make my last chain 2 and join it to the top of the 3rd chain that I had made earlier with a slip stitch. So I pull my yarn, pull it through and pull it through again, and that completes the height that I needed. Now if you've seen my other projects, I love to finish my projects with scallops. So with this also we'll do scallops. Now to make these scallops, first we reach our chain space with 2 slip stitches, and now we simply need to make 6 double crochet in this space. So for our first double crochet, first we'll chain 3, that marks as our first double crochet, and double crochet 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we made 5. Now to complete this arch, we make a slip stitch into this next chain space. So you grab your yarn from under and pull it through the loop. Now without any space, we make 6 double crochet again in the next chain 2 space to make our next shell. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and slip stitch again to the next chain 2 space, and that makes your shell or the arch. Now you do this again all the way around with 6 double crochet, slip stitch, 6 double crochet, slip stitch, so it kind of gives a finish to the project and makes it a little tighter on top, and I'll see you when you've completed that. Now I've reached the last part of my project. I just need to make my last set of 6 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I'll just join it to this part, make a slip stitch in the starting point to complete the scallop. There we've completed the scallop. Now we join this to the top of the chain 3 space like we do. Grab your yarn, pull it through and pull it through again, and there you have your pretty little jar cozy or cozy cover. Now you leave a little tail and snip off your thread. Now I like to pull my yarn through one more time just to secure it with a knot like that. And now you take a needle and you weave in the edges just so that it doesn't unwind. Now you just weave it in like that. You take a yarn needle and just weave it in so that it doesn't come through. Just to secure any loose ends that you have. And then you just, I think that's enough for me. You just cut it off to give a neat finish. You can do that with your starting thread as well. Just weave that in, and that's your jar cover. You just pop it on. You can put little tea light candles in it and place them around the house. They look beautiful at night. You can use it as a pen stand or as anything to store, or just simply lying around the table. Instead of having these plain simple jars, cookie jars, you can just make lovely little covers for them. Add some flowers, add some ribbons, add some accents to it, and it'll just beautify your house. I hope you like this project, and if you did, do give your feedback, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you get to know of more simple yet fun crochet projects. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, have a good day.